Big Roman persecution,
right? And also the what may be an apocryphal tale, but also the trip to somewhere in modern day Libya, where St. George was said to have looked in the face of the dragon, who was demanding human sacrifice, who was being fed by villagers every day with a sheep, and then demanded, actually, you know what, I'm gonna eat you guys instead. And St. George said no, and slayed the dragon. And this is why, we have adopted St. George as our patron saint. This is why every year we remember, the act of sacrifice. And I thought it's especially poignant this year when we ourselves have this dragon, and I'm not talking about the virus, I'm talking about the CCP, demanding human sacrifice, demanding we give up everything, persecuting effectively people within their own country and around the world to remember that spirit of St. George. And by the way, very famous line from Henry V and the Shakespeare play, and it's also Shakespeare's birthday today. Don't mistake the English for the British. I would say, Britain includes Wales, Scotland, and then the United Kingdom also includes Northern Ireland. And fair play to all those, but I'm from England, so I'm going to be a bit of an English nationalist here and say, America regards France as its oldest ally, but they've abandoned you. You always hype up Braveheart, but frankly, the way the Scots have been behaving in recent decades, hyper-socialistic, hyper-government dependency, hyper-welfare, I'm not so sure that voting to stay within the United Kingdom, the Union itself a couple of years ago, was in our favor. The English spirit is certainly still there. The English, I don't think, will ever let the world down. It really does. They really do take it on their shoulders, and I think England will come roaring back. Well, Enoch Powell was one of the greatest prime ministers we never had. He was a polyglot. I think he spoke 14 languages fluently, 17 in total. One of the youngest professors in the Western world. I think only beaten by Nietzsche. He was a professor of classics at the University of Sydney at 25. Absolutely, and then was stationed in India as well. Fell in love with India. Thought of it as the best thing about the British Empire, excluding Britain itself proper, and became a member of Parliament. Was the youngest brigadier general in the British Army. Then became a member of Parliament and gave a speech one day where he quoted from Virgil's Aeneid, talking about mass migration into the West, and he said, like the Roman, I seem to see the river Tiber foaming with much blood. Now, the political classes, who were not trained in classics anymore, unfortunately, by that point, decided that what he was saying was that immigrants would bring blood to the streets of Britain. What he was actually saying, and if you understand what the prophet Sibyl was saying to Aeneas, it was about the struggle to create one's own city within another country. And the idea was that actually it would be equal parts blood being shed, blood as in blood, sweat and tears, being shed by the immigrant class as well as the British, who were trying to be welcoming to these people.
We will make America great again.